Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeswaraya. Today is auspicious Dasami Bhruguvaram, Friday, in Anuradha Nakshatram, Pushya Bahula, Pushya Masa Bahula Paksha. So it is the eve of Shat-tila EkAdaSi. So tomorrow's EkAdaSi is known as Shat-tila EkAdaSi. So tilas are used in 6 ways on that day. So Shat-tila EkAdaSi. And that approximately happens in the Jyeshta Mula Nakshatras. So those Anuradha Jyeshta Mula is one set of stars where this particular EkAdaSi happens. So like any other EkAdaSi, this EkAdaSi is also a fasting day. And this Paksha, whatever followed on, this is being Bahula Paksha, following on there will be Trayodasi, Dwadasi, Trayodasi. The Chaturdasi is Mas Sivaratri. That Mas Sivaratri marks the last Masa Sivaratri before the next Mahasivaratri in Magha Masa. So Mahasivaratri to Mahasivaratri, if we count 12 Sivaratris, this will be the 11th to restart to the Mahasivaratri. That is how the marker is identified. So Pushya Bahula, this thing. Magha Masa, the EkAdaSi is known as Jaya. Magha Masa Sukla Paksha EkAdaSi is known as the Jaya EkAdaSi. Jaya is victory, that is also dedicated to Bhishma. So it is Bhishma EkAdaSi. So it's another very important EkAdaSi. So the Bhishma Pitamaha from the Gita Jayanti, Mokshada EkAdaSi 2 months back, Kartika Masa, Margasira Masa basically. After the Kartika Masa, Kartika Amavasya, the war starts, and on the Margasira Sukla EkAdaSi is the Gita Jayanti. On the day, 10th day, he actually falls onto the Ampasaya, so on the bed of arrow bed. So from there, Pushya Masa 1 month is over, 1.5 months, 45 days are over. Another Magha Masa, until Magha Masa he stays there, awaiting the Uttarayanam and Magha Masa to come. And after, he has the Swachanda Maranam. So on the Ashtami day, he gives up his body. Means he has a voluntary retirement or voluntary death. So he can choose when he wants to leave the body and move away. So that is the yoga Sakti of Bhishma. So the last fortnight, so immediately after the Ashtami, the EkAdaSi that comes is dedicated to Bhishma Pitamaha. So that is the Bhishma EkAdaSi. So that's how the EkAdaSi cycle goes on. Okay, so but the topic what I wanted to cover is the one very interesting sloka from Isavasya Upanishad. So Isavasya Upanishad is a small poetic Upanishad, first of the Upanishads. If we enumerate the Upanishads, Isa comes first. Isavasyamidam sarvam. So it starts with Isavasyamidam sarvam. It reconciles several things. In one of such reconciliation is something called Vidya and Avidya reconciliation. So there, typically the world looks at the contradictions as contradictions. They don't reconcile any time, right? So how Upanishad looks at Vidya, which is the wisdom, the knowledge, Avidya, which is ignorance or the darkness. So how the darkness reconciles into Vidya, or Vidya reconciles into darkness. So one becoming superior to the other, it won't reconcile that way. whatever is temporary gets reconciled into the permanent. So that is the technique it uses. So the sloka, before we speak about any Upanishad slokas, we need to have the Shanti mantra. So the Shanti mantra for this is Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. So this Shanti mantra itself is a great reconciliation mantra. So Purnamadaha, that is a ever fulfilled reality. Purnamidam, what we are seeing, idam, this world is also fulfilled. So from that Purnam, this Purnam is taken out or emerged, or it comes out. Even then that Purnam remains Purnam. So it will not have any hole in it. So because we have taken one world out of it, so that world worth of space will not be created in that world. So Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. From that Purnam only this Purnam arises. Purnasya Purnamadaya. Even if we take away this fullness from that fullness, Purnameva avasishyate. That fullness remains as full ever. So that is the Shanti mantra. So we come to the Vidyancha Avidyancha etad dve ubhayagik saha avidyaya mrutyam tirtva vidyaya amrutam asnute is the sloka, Upanishad sloka. So what is that? It says Vidya and Avidya, both etad dve ubhayam saha. So by reconciling both of them, they come together. So they have to be brought together. So what is Vidya? Vidya is the eternal reality. What takes us to the eternal reality is the Vidya. What is Avidya? Avidya keeps us in ignorance here. It looks like knowledge, but that knowledge is not really useful to release from here. So we will be still in the creation, maintenance, sustenance, and in this loop. So everything related to objective knowledge is Avidya. So what you have to do, what will you do with Avidya? So you don't reject Avidya or throw away Avidya and hold on to Vidya. No, not required. You can keep Avidya and hold on to Vidya also. Reconcile Avidya into Vidya. How? That is the technique. Avidyaya mrutyum tirtva. Using this Avidya, cross over the mrutyu is limitation, death. Death is limitation. It is limited by time. So the time limitation of prana or of the lifespan is the death. So what you have to do with the aid of Avidya? Avidyaya mrutyum tirtva. Crossing over the mrutyu. Vidyaya amrutamasnute. So you enter the amrutam, eternality, or the amrutam, or the eternal reality through the Vidya. So Vidya will take you, only Vidya will bring you to eternality. But there is a prerequisite. What is the prerequisite? Crossing over the death. How do you cross over the death? Using the Avidya. You have to use the Avidya and cross over the death. Avidyaya mrutyam tirtva, having crossed over the mrutyu using Avidya, by the means of Avidya, Vidyaya, by the means of Vidya, amrutam ashnute. So one who, ashnute is actually reaches, consumes, gets into, or whatever, consumed by whatever. Amrutam ashnute. So Vidyancha, Avidyancha, Vidya and Avidya. So there is one Vidya is not superior to Avidya. Avidya is not inferior to Vidya. Etad dve, these are two. This duality is there. They don't, it is not one. So we can't say Avidya is Vidya, Vidya is Avidya. No. Again, that is duality is there. The duality need to be there. And they are contrasting duality. Right? But Vidya is not impacted by the Avidya. So Avidya is useful in crossing over the mrutyu. Avidyaya mrutyum tirtva vidyaya amritamasmi. So how this type of reconciliation or Purnamada Purnamida or whatever Upanishad's Vidya, Upanishad is full of Vidyas. So what are Vidyas? Vidyas are that which reveals the ultimate truth is a Vidya, that we have told. How many Vidyas are there? There are several numbers. There are 32 Mahavidyas are there in the Upanishads. There is the one count. So these 32 Vidya in Shat-tila, there are 10 Mahavidyas are there in Shat-tila Upasana. But all these 10 Mahavidyas are reconciled with 32 Mahavidyas as of the 32. There are 10 of 32 Mahavidyas shown in Upanishads. Or they are same Vidya. So once you get, so Vidya is a method. Vidya is not the wisdom by itself. Vidya is the method by which one reaches the ultimate wisdom is the Vidya. So Vidya is not the final goal. Vidya is the path. So there are several such paths that exist, that are revealed by Upanishads. Only those revealed by Agamas or Upanishads will work. Any other thing, the modern trademarked things, modern misinterpreted teachings, none of them will take to the ultimate reality. So Vidya is always revealed through the Guru. So this Guru can be Arunachala for Bhagavan Ramana, or Bhagavan Ramana for his disciples. So the Guru is a parampara. This parampara starts in that ultimate reality, whatever we call. Either we can call that ultimate reality as Sadasiva Samarambham or Narayana Samarambham. Whichever way we link that ultimate reality, the Guru aspect, the teacher aspect of the ultimate reality is known as Dakshinamurti or Hayagriva, or the Srimata, who herself is a Guru Mandala Rupini. So anyone, any name can be attributed to that Guru Tattva, or no name need to be attributed to that Guru Tattva. That Guru Tattva comes as a hierarchy of teachers, right from that supreme reality all the way Vyasa Sankara Madhyamam. So from there Vasishta, then Brahma, so then Brahma's son Vasishta, Vasishta's son Parasara, like it comes down each Shakti Maharshi, then Vyasa Maharshi, then Vyasa Maharshi's Sishya, Sukha Maharshi's Shishya's son or Shishya is same again. So then from there Gaudapada Acharya, Govinda Bhagapada Acharya, Shankara Bhagapada Acharya, then coming down all the Acharyas, all the way to one's own Guru. There is no difference in the whole of the hierarchy. So Guru reconciles himself well with his Guru. So like that it will go all the way, gets reconciled into the final truth. So the Guru gives one of the Vidyas. The Vidya are a combination of methods. A new personalized Vidya can be given to a disciple. But that Vidya need to be followed. So Guru cannot follow the Vidya for a disciple and get the moksha or get the jnana to the disciple. Bodhanta, or the final realization, has to dawn within the disciple who is seeking such a realization. So that is the process of Vidya. What is Avidya? So Avidya is again what is happening in the world. So the continuous transformation that happens in the world. There is seeking of happiness in these finite objects. So at the end of the day, every object gets destroyed. If you seek happiness in that object, when that object gets destroyed, that happiness also gets destroyed. So it is not permanent, it is dependent. So that is the Avidya. Avidya is something which keeps an individual in the loop of acquiring objects, enjoying them, and again creating them, enjoying them, creating them, enjoying them. There is nothing wrong with this. This also need to be done. This is called Pravrutti Lakshana Dharma. So this Dharma and the Vidya are, then what is wrong is trying to enjoy without creating. So Adharma is something which is not yours, which has not been created, which has not been acquired legally, lawfully. If such a thing, object is experienced or consumed, that leads to sin or whatever it is. So basically within the marga of avidya, there is good and bad that can happen. There is all these things later reconciliations, all those cycles can happen, long to short cycles, those can happen. But in the prescribed vidyas, there are practical things. The upavasas, there are certain bodily tapas, there is some vachika tapas, and there are manasika tapas are prescribed by the gurus, suitable to an individual disposition. Can be a japa, it can be any upasana. The multiple approved upasanas are there. There is another thing nowadays, very fancy thing is happening, some kind of Shaktipatas, Guru just giving things, all those won't happen. Okay, no doubt in that. So, that happens. Diksha is important, all those things are important, but they will only give eligibility to practice. Okay, so that is, they won't give you the result of the Vidya, which is the realization. So, with that clarification, performing any, there are two melas that are happening as we speak. One is the ultimate Kumbha Mela that is happening, which is supposedly the Mela of Vidyas. There are multiple sadhus, spirituality, paths, they are all coming together and trying to help the seekers who approach them in that meeting of the Kumbha Mela to turn towards the Nivrutti Lakshana Dharma and go into the final realization. And there is another World Economic Forum has happening in Davos, Switzerland, for 2025 annual meeting. There are 3,000 top class executives are meeting, discussing the world economy and the strategy to improve the world economy and collaboration, the artificial intelligence era and all those. Both are being observed by us. I am not attending any one of them physically here or there. It is only through the secondary communication channels we are getting to know all the matters that are happening there. But when we try to reconcile both of them, yes, we should be able to reconcile, because there is a requirement for continued development in this world that need to be peaceful, collaborative, all-inclusive, etc. And at the same time, there is an effort that is needed for the truth seekers who are really seeking the truth to reach the ultimate reality also. But yeah, the purposes of melas are being interchanged because of the confusion. So that kind of intermixture is not correct. So spirituality for economic gain or economics, spirituality in the economic growth, both kind of intermixture is not possible. Spirituality for the spirituality's sake, for the highest realization. Economics is for the economic sake, pravrutti lakshana dharma, to establish, re-establish the dharma and a healthy competition and healthy growth with better use of advancements in technology and economy. That is the second thing. That is how the reconciliation need to happen. Hope the current world sees all-round prosperity for both kind of beings. The pravrutti means people who want to develop and maintain the Vidya, or people who want to get onto the Vidya and reconcile everything. For both of them it will be auspicious. With that wish, tomorrow's Shat-tila EkAdaSi, those who practice it as a EkAdaSi, all the best wishes for everyone. And it is one of the very special EkAdaSis. And in general, those who are not interested also, they don't need to look at the spirituality as something inferior to the success in the materialism, because we see a lot of comments for the spiritual people as failures. So spiritual people are not necessarily a failure, or they have not achieved the success, material success. There are a lot of great people who have achieved the great material success, like Janaka Maharaja. and they have ruled kingdoms, and also they have been very spiritual and realized. Rajarshis are there, Brahmarshis are there, all types of rishis are there in this great land of Bharatavarsha. With that, Swasti. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya.